2, 1. All right, how's it going? We're at Top Cut Gaming after locals, and we have the highly requested, very loved Steve deck profile on his current pendulum build before this new set with CYAC.
Yep. So this is basically, I know you guys liked the previous build before, and I've been testing with it a lot. And since you guys liked it, I kind of have a finalized build here before you put the super heavy samurai cards in. I don't know how you guys feel about them, but I'm going to play them as an engine in this deck. So I guess I can tell you what you can take out eventually, but a lot of it is just taking out certain spells in the deck because it conflicts. But this is the best way to play Performapals and the Draco Slayers together, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll get started. A lot of it is very similar to last time, but there's a few different things. So anyways, we'll start with the monsters. So you got one Astrograph Sorcerer. Again, hopefully this card comes back to 3 soon. I got the Collector Rare. Shout out Yami Merrick.
Yo.
And then
very pretty.
Yeah, so obviously play one of this. If it ever comes back, you play more. If card's destroyed, you just spec it and search the same thing. So pretty good in this deck. You really destroy a lot of cards. The Draco Slayers destroy, the Performapals destroy, so again, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you open it, you're just having a massive advantage. And then, you know, solidify the 3 Joker. I mean, never play any less. Sorry, I'll get new sleeves too. These might be a little dingy, but yeah, Joker, just search literally anything in the deck. It can get you to your Draco Slayer engine as well, because you can normal summon this and you can search Revolution Dragon. Discard Revolution, that gets you to Luster. There's your tuner. Or you can get Harmonizing or Sorcerer, whatever you need. So this card, when it resolves on your normal summon, is pretty good because you're sculpting your hand and you already got a body on the field. So, yep, 3 of that. Definitely have to play 3 mandatory. For 2 ofs, last time I was playing 1. Definitely played this card at 2. I think I said that last time as well. This just grants you so much advantage. It opens up 2 or 3 different lines of play. It opens up Vortex plays or hand recursion with whatchamacallit, Seer, which you'll see that card in a second. But it is a level 4. It does everything you need. It's a low scale, because believe it or not, this deck can hurt for low scales sometimes.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, you know, I mean, just play 2 of those. 3 is pretty much unnecessary because there's only certain cards you want to play at 3, which are mostly the starters, because you can search anything in your deck, ever. So, the next, I was playing 1 before, but you bumped this up to 2. Not much to be said. Celeste is just insane. There's certain lines of play where you can normal summon this when you have an Ignister on the field, and then activate it, and they can't activate monster effects. This is your way around Nib. And if not, this gets you your end phase Astrograph Sorcerer if they kill your Spellcaster when you have
so
Secret
good.
Village.
Yeah.
Very, very much utility-based card, but, you know, 2, it also is a Magician as well, so this is your other target for Harmonizing Magician, because we've obviously bumped down all of the Magicians minus a few. So you could summon this off Harmonizing as well. So that's really good.
Great.
2 of that. I wouldn't play 3. I don't really think you need 3. Maybe in the super heavy Samurai build, because there's a better combo with it. Then we got a couple of 1-ofs here. Got the Dissolver from last time. Again, it's just really good. Its hand effect actually comes up recently. If your Pendulum battles, you just special it from your hand and your monster can't be destroyed by battle. So that's a free way to get it on field, because it's an 8, so you can't Pendulum summon it. And it's scale 4, so it's like the worst level it could possibly be. But
yeah,
you know, or special it with Celine, whatever you need to do. But yeah, same thing, free Vortex. Monkey board searches your level 4 lowers, which your level 4 lowers search you your level 4 or higher. So that's your 4th Joker. In some instances, it's better to open this. And then Seer, new addition.
Ooh.
If you Pendulum summon, depending on what battle position it's in, it gains an effect. In attack, you could banish it for cost and spec an Odd Eyes or Performapal from grave. So if this is in grave, you can use this to banish and revive this from grave without having to use Celine, which is really good, and then summon something else.
Yeah.
And then in scale, you can pop it and add an Odd Eyes or Performapal from grave to hand, which is also really good. So it's just recursion if you don't Pendulum summon it. And then you still got the 1 Lady Ange. Again,
how do you like it?
I still like it because these are usually the 2. Well, these are the 2 cards that I search off Sorcerer. Then I activate this because I pop to my scales, and then I search this. So then discard these 2, draw 2, and then you set up in grave for cards like this or Celine. So yeah, and then it's come up a few times. It's scale effect. When an attack is declared involving your monster, I could just discard a Pendulum and make my opponent's monster lose 1,000. So that's really good.
Nice.
Use it in the damage step, and it's grave effect too. If you have it in the grave. You can place it in your scale if you control an Odd Eyes card, and that's come up a few times as well, but it's one or the other, so you can't use both of the effects. So,
awesome.
Yeah, one of these, again, Monkey board is the only one that I would recommend playing at more if they release it to more than one, but the others are one-ofs. Everything is utility and everything is searchable, so...
Do you think monkey board or anything like that will come back with the next list?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, monkey board can definitely come back. I can still see them being reluctant about Astrograph Sorcerer because, again, the card is really good. But yeah, obviously Electromite is not coming back. Sorry to everyone who loves Pendulum, but unfortunately I would love for it to come back, but it's just not. It's too good. But yeah, even though, you know, there's a million ways to stop it. I'm not going to get into that debate though, but...
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, we'll keep going. So we got 2 Odd Eyes monsters in the deck. We got the Persona Dragon and we got the Revolution. Revolution, hand effect, discard it, pay 5, add any level 8 or lower dragon pendulums. You could search this, and then you could search Luster for the Draco Slayer engine, but its scale effect is where it shines because you put it in scale and you could revive any dragon, fusion, synchro, or exceeds. You can revive your Vortex when it dies, or you can summon back the Ignister and keep comboing off because it's not soft once per turn. And this is a searchable Veiler. It can for extra deck.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it comes up a few times. It's a low scale as well too, and it's really nice to have it. And there's been times too where I've had a 4 scale and a 6 scale, and I can only pendulum summon a 5. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean it's cool to have. It's just main deck negation. So yeah, I just play it in there because I think it's pretty good. So that's it for the Odd Eyes, and then for the last engine, as far as those trio, Odd Eyes, Magician, and Performapals go, it's just. Literally, the Magicians, I hate to say it, are just gone for just triple harmonizing in 1 oath.
Oh, wow. Even the Wisdom Eye is gone.
Yeah, even the Wisdom Eye is gone. Unfortunately, Wisdom Eye is great. It gives you a lot of advantage, but there's other cards now that do the same thing and also extend your plays, and that's what you really need is extension. So if you just hard open this, it's just a free 8, a free 10, or a free rank 4. You know, I mean, you guys know the drill. It's still the best thing to pendulum summon from the hand.
Yeah.
And then Oath, I've wanted to cut Oath because now there's lines where you can just make this, you can make Savage, but like playing this now, this is your really only consistent way to make Barone without the super heavy Samurai cards, so keep that in mind. But you can summon this, and then you can summon the 2 Celestial Magicians as well too off harmonizing, so you can, you know, you got 3 targets for all 3. Yeah, you can open 2 sometimes, but it's fine. But yeah, this is the only Magicians remaining left in the deck. It's sad to say I miss Double Iris and Wisdom Eye, but you know, if you guys feel that you want to play them, there's a couple cards you can maneuver around. But again, the Magician engine is really heavy. It takes a lot of deck spots, so unfortunately the trap is gone too. But
are you gonna cut the rest of the Magician, or I mean, I guess the other the Oath once the super heavy package comes in?
Yeah, Oath is gonna go because you can make Barone with the bike.
Yeah.
If you guys know the level 2 bike, you discard it, and then that's just Barone in exactly 5 summons. And there's also another line of play I'll show you. Stay tuned for the next one. I'll show you combos with that. But that deck is really good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the engine that pretty much replaced the Magicians fully is the Draco Slayers. They're just insane. I mean, Pegasus is a win condition on its own. When it's pendulum summoned or special summoned by the effect of a Draco Slayer, you add any field spell in the game to your hand and then discard a card.
That's crazy.
So, you know, I mean, it discards, it combos well with, you know, like this. If you have this in your hand, you could discard this. With the field spell, there's ways where you pendulum summon this and sorcerer at the same time. This chainlink 1, sorcerer, chainlink 2. Sorcerer, pop the 2 cards, add this and any other Performapal, and then resolve this, get a field spell, and then discard this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really, really good. And then its scale effect is even better. If you have a Magispector or a Draco Slayer in your other zone, you just add one from deck to hand that has a different name than your other zone, so it can add itself. And then you can optionally pop a card in the Pendulum zone, so it clears your zones. It's really good. Combo is excellent with the next one coming up. This is at 3, obviously. This is great to just open and Pendulum summon too. You don't even need to have the scale effect. So
Nice.
You can play Bunbaku. Like, again, if you guys want to get into this engine, Bunbaku can search this, but Joker, trust me, is a much better normal summon, and it's a level 4. So, level 4s are king in this deck. You just want to make 4s. So anyways, that combos well with this. When it's destroyed by battle or card effect, summon a Draco Slayer from deck and make it a tuner. So that's really good for going into your synchro plays. And yeah, it combos well with this. So if you have this and this, you put this in the scale this one, and then add from deck to hand and pop this, and then you can special from deck and then Ignister combo before you even Pendulum summon, which is just insane. So yeah, those definitely at 3. Combos well with another deck and card in the deck too that you guys will see. And then you just play, the next one is 3 Dino. I mean, this one sucks, but like...
How you like it at 3?
You just have to play it at 3 because it's a name, and believe it or not, it doesn't suck that bad because it's just an extender. So if you open 2, it's just free beyond. So you just special it from your zone and go from there. And then its tribute effect is relevant. I mean, you use it to contact fuse into this guy, and it's tributing summoning, or its summoning mechanic is tributes to monsters. So you tribute these, it's recursion because when it's tributed, you just add a face-up extra deck Draco Slayer back to hand. So you add the Pegasus back to hand for scales or whatever scale you're missing. So yeah, definitely 3. I mean, again, it's not a bad card. It's just a necessity that you have to play.
Yeah.
But you know, if there was a better option, go for it. But I can't think of one right now. Yeah. So then the last of the Draco Slayer is just 3 luster. It's insane. If you don't open any of your tuners and you just have this, you just pendulum summon it, and then that's still Ignister, and then you can get the rest of your Draco Slayer combo going. And its scale effect combos, again, really well with this guy. If you open this and this, it's the same thing. Yep. Unfortunately, you have to be very careful because it's a 5 and a 7. So if they have Ash Blossom in this instance, you get heavily punished if you don't have Wavering Eyes, because now you don't blow this up and you're scale locked from 5 to 7. And there are no 6s. Well, there's a few 6s, but you don't want to rely on that. So be very careful with this effect. Most of the time, it's just a level 4 tuner, so, but... Alright, so that's it for the Draco Slayers. The last of the monsters is just Curtain Raiser. Again, I go from 2 to 3, but 3 is really good because being able to summon a 4 and then Draco Slayer, summon from scale or summon from deck, all doing this without having to pendulum summon. The biggest key to this deck is do as much as you can before you have to commit to a pendulum summon, because the pendulum summon is the biggest commitment in your turn. So if you pendulum summon and they immediately Nibiru you, it's pretty much game over. So do as much as you can. That's why the Draco Slayer cards are good, because you can Draco Slayer combo into a rank 8, which is a monster effective 8, before you pendulum summon if your hand is that insane. And I've done it, trust me. Like it's really good. So 3 Curtain Raiser, Extender, Scale 7. Still one of the best cards in the deck, Wavering Eyes. Destroys a multitude of monsters. Again, you can pop this, get a Search of Astro, Chainlink Astro in this to get summoned from deck and to get the card back to your hand, burn your opponent for time. There's so much things. You can clear the monkey board out of your scale if you're bricking on it and you need to get it out of there. Again, and it triggered Astro. This is your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th copy of Astro.
Yeah.
You can also play Chronograph Sorcerer. I've wanted to play it. I might test it out soon. But yeah, it's also really good because it can special a monster from your hand, so you can wait till your opponent destroys your field and then combo off. But by the time they destroy your field, they probably have some form of negation, so it's never guaranteed.
Yep.
Spells, Pot of Desires. It says draw 2, and it doesn't affect me at all, so I play it.
So someone in the last video said, like, would you run Prosperity?
To the guy about Prosperity, I totally understand where you're coming from, but...
do you just prefer the +1 off of Desires?
Well, put it this way. 6 cards is a lot. Yes, you can Pot of Duality, but if I'm playing Pot of Prosperity, I'm digging for 6.
Yeah.
So even if my hand is already set up, because if I'm doing it in the first place, you clearly are missing something. So if I'm missing something, I want to go 6 deep. So yes, you can play Prosperity, but Pendulum is a deck that requires 2 of the 5 opening cards in your hand to be Pendulum Scales. No matter how much advantage you gain, that is the harsh truth at the end of the day. So a 1-for-1 is not as good as a +1.
Ooh, okay.
And besides, what you're doing when you're playing Prosperity is you're completely eradicating your OTK. Because your basic combo requires about 8 to 9 extra deck monsters. So if you banish 6 of them, if they break your board, what are you doing?
Yeah,
so,
actually,
again, whoever you were, play it if you want. I respect it, but I prefer Desires. So, but if you play it and it's good, you know, I mean, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. So, but anyways, last 2 spells, 2 field spells, Imperial Order, and then it's Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Yeah, if I control a spellcaster and my opponent doesn't, they can't activate spell cards. If I don't control a spellcaster, I can't activate them. So just be careful with the card. Sky Iris is what you get if you open this, and then it's just insane if you open both of them because you search. You can pop your Ignis to search for Revolution Dragon. And then Revolution Dragon, again, as we told you before, is the scale. Pop it, and then you can revive the Ignis, summon from deck, and then it's crazy. You can even summon the Vortex Dragon back. It's nuts.
So you aren't playing the Trap anymore?
No. The Trap required me to play cards that made the trap good.
Okay.
So you're playing the one trap card, but in place of playing the one trap card for the potential send 2, you put cards in your deck that don't exactly gain you advantage worth playing the trap card anymore. So I don't think it's necessary. This is better than the trap card because what does any combo deck lose to? Spells.
Yeah.
Okay. Dark Ruler no more. Droplet. Those are the only things that beat your deck. Trust me. If you play right, you're not going to break your field. Those are the only things you lose to, and the trap doesn't stop it. So all that's doing is it's eradicating your field's advantage, and then you still have the trap. But guess what? I cut down most of the magicians, so it's never guaranteed that you have the magician in scale anymore. You know, I love the trap. So if you guys want to keep playing it, I don't blame you, but I would recommend putting the magician cards in here and cutting a lot of the fat to put those in. So, but yeah, that's it for the main.
Great. 40 cards?
Yeah, this is actually 40. You know, I mean, it's about as consistent as you can get. So, anyways, I'm always open to suggestions too. Just comment, like, and everything, and then, you know, I'm always, again, ask any questions. I'm willing to answer them. So we'll go to the extra deck. This is where Pendulum shines because your main deck, again, leads you to your extra deck. Access Code Talker. I couldn't even count how many games I've stolen with this card. It's just insane. And it's free. Appaloosa, again, we got a lot of big hitters in here, and with the Draco Slayer cards, it's heavy spam, so this is really good with IP. You could also play Unicorn, I've cut that though, but yeah, we got a lot of big hitters. So we got Access, Appaloosa, and then the last one is Avermax. This is what you make off the IP.
Oh, yeah.
And I've also stolen plenty of games with this because it's a lot to deal with. The best deck to deal with this, I would have to say, is Branded because they have the non-targeting banish and it doesn't go to the grave. But
outside of that, I've seen you really like be able to put up against a lot of boards with just an Avermax.
Yeah, and then when they kill it, it takes something with them. They have to spin it or banish it. So yeah, really good. And then, you know, the battle phase, get for some damage. And then you just got the combo links. 1 and 1 is all you need. Again, you kind of bust your nut with combo, and then if they can't break it, you win. If they break it, you lose. So 1 beyond, all you need in this build.
You wouldn't play 2?
If I had the space, I would absolutely run 2. Unfortunately, I don't. This is already tight enough. There's already like 2 cards I cut that I didn't want to cut.
Yeah.
So yeah, this just searches you literally any monster in your deck. Literally any monster in your deck. And then Selene is just a free rank 4 or free Vortex with the Dissolver place. And then it's good to just keep her on the field too. After you do everything, Dissolver, and then just make the Vortex, keep her on the field as your spellcaster. Tips too, always try to keep 2 spellcasters on the field in game 2 and 3 if they side against you, because if they kaiju over your spellcaster, it was all for nothing. So yeah, these are really good. Those are your combo ones. And then the last link you play is just IP. Sometimes you literally just need a link 2 to go into. Yes, it could be the other Beyond, but Beyond doesn't make Avermax can't be destroyed by card effects.
It's pretty good.
And it's just another card that they have to answer. IP itself doesn't do anything. It just looms in the back of your opponent's mind and telling them that, like, eventually I'm going to make something worth your time that you have to get rid of. So I just love IP. It's really good. I wish he was a spellcaster, but...
Oh my gosh.
Synchros, pretty much same as before. 1 Ignister. This is full combo for Dracoslayers, and then Barone. With this alone, I mean, Barone is Barone. Everyone knows what Barone does.
Yeah.
But this alone, I mean, it's not full combo on its own. Obviously, you have to get the monsters to make it. But yeah, you summon the Ignis from the deck. You target the Ignis with its other effect, pop it, and then you could spin itself, and then that can get you the rest of your Dracoslayers out of your deck, and then just remake this later. Because what it summons is a tuner monster as well. So you could just summon it, get the guy from deck, normal summon something else, and then make this again and summon from deck. It's really good.
Would you play Dispatter? I'm not sure if it's makeable in that deck.
It is not. I would play, but it is not makeable because my level 6 monsters are not dragons.
Got it.
So, and then the fusions. Excuse the rarities, obviously, but we got Vortex. It's the Yami Negate. It's the bounce. You could revive it with Revolution Dragon. This is again, it's just more extension, and it's also a level 8. So you end your combo ranking these 2 up into like a rank 8. Really good. So yeah, wouldn't cut those. Pat to Shell is sadly gone. So we got our Boss Exceeds monsters. I mean, you got 1 number 90 Galaxy as Photon Lord. Again, you end your combo with these two on your field, so you might as well slap this on top. You could also make 38, but the reason for not making 38 is because if you comboed fully, they can't use spells anyway.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, just basically like stop them from using spells and then just stop their monsters. So yeah, that pretty much seals the deal in most instances. But yeah, this is really good. Sadly, it doesn't destroy, it just negates, but if you want in the side, if you side against certain matches, when you make this guy, you can side Galaxy Cyclone, you could attach Galaxy Cyclone, so when it dies, you can banish it from grave and pop field spells and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the other boss monster, I guess we'll just put both of them down. The other one really doesn't matter.
Oh.
But yeah, this guy, it's really easy. I'll show you the next card. You just make this for free with a rank 4. So this obviously is insane. Protection, negates monster effects. This guy's good too. I mean, he's not bad. It's just this guy's better. But yeah, you just make these, and then the way you go into these is this guy. Generic rank 4, you could detach and revive an Xyz monster from grave, and then this guy takes 2 Xyz monsters except numbers, but what you're doing, as long as you're playing the Draco Slayer cards, this will be in your graveyard.
Oh yeah.
And this guy's really good too, and it's on summon, it's a +1. During the end phase, it searches you Astrograph Sorcerer, and then you could detach to special one of your Draco Slayers from your extra deck face up. But remember, it's coming from your extra deck, so it has to still be to a zone, an open extra monster zone, or a zone of link monster points too. But yeah, you just make this mid combo, get a search, special from extra deck, link it away, do some more stuff. Xyz into this effect, revive this, and then you just slap these, make this, and then you just make this on top of everything.
It's really good.
Again, this is like Avermax. A lot of decks can't deal with this either. So, and it's really good too. I mean, in certain instances, certain decks are really heavily relying on their normal summon. In the Marincess matchup, when they normal summon Tang, you just normal it and then you take the Tang, and then you can't even link into their link 1. Salad's pretty similar too, except it's not as good against Salad because Flame Buffalo is way better. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. I would show you guys the side deck, but again, I'm not going to be playing this exact build for much longer, and I also kind of want to keep it a secret for Philly. Not that I don't know if any of you guys are going or anything, but yeah.
Say hi to us at Philly.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be there. Our whole crew will be there. Definitely look out for us. And again, this is the best build you could play with these cards. If you want to play the Magicians, let Meta know in the comments, and then I will do another Magician deck profile. But again, it would be pretty similar to the one I played last time. Not a lot would change. But yeah, I would also recommend you guys try the Super Heavy Samurai cards. I'll do a couple combo videos with that soon too, because it's insane.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, thanks for having me on. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe too. We'll keep pumping out the content when you ask for it. So.
Woo. All right, thank you, Steve.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, bye.